Well, my fall pumpkin patch is in full swing. Matter of fact, it's taken over the bed and then some, and it's threatening to take over other parts of the yard and garden. So in an effort to keep my pumpkin under control, it's time to prune. I'm going to show you all how I do it. So one of the things I wanted to point out before I got to the pruning really quick was the appearance of these leaves on this vine over here on the right. You can see they have these white splotches as opposed to the leaves on the vine on the left. That's the primary vine and that's a secondary vine that grew off. Now most people would assume that that's powdery mildew. But if you look at the pattern, it runs along the veins of the leaf. And if you look at the underside of the leaf, it doesn't extend to the underside of the leaf. Powdery mildew affects both the top and the bottom of the leaves. What you have over here is called leaf mottle. Scientists aren't exactly sure why it happens, but it does occur and it's quite normal, so it's no cause for concern. For the best production of fruit, you want to encourage a strong support system for the plant. You don't want vines crossing, and you want to maintain spacing for airflow. Pruning will help you manage the crop better and encourage the plant to concentrate its energy towards fruit growth as opposed to plant growth. A pumpkin plant will put out secondary vines or runners along the main vine. This vine on the right was the main vine, and this vine on the left is a secondary vine that came out. You can see down the middle, there's a tertiary vine running right in there, and you can see coming out there's another tertiary vine and another tertiary vine. There's actually about 4 on this side that you can't see. If you have the space to let them grow, secondary vines should be encouraged, but as you can see, I'm spilling way over the bed. In an optimal situation, you should trim a secondary vine about 10 to 12 feet from the main vine. This isn't an optimal situation though. I'm in a tight space situation, so I'm going to go ahead and trim it even though I'm only about 8 feet from the main vine. And to stop the growth, all you need to do is make sure you've located the growing tip, which is right here, and just snip it off. Tertiary vines are vines that grow along the secondary vine. These should be pruned where they emerge from the secondary vine to encourage fruit growth instead of vegetative growth. At some point you may want to discontinue the main vine. Ideally you should prune the end 10 to 15 feet beyond the last fruit you are keeping. However, you must trim it shorter, you can. I'm pruning about 5 feet beyond the last fruit that I'm keeping, again because I'm limited by space. Secondary roots may grow on the vine wherever a leaf stem meets the vine. Encourage secondary roots as they will draw extra nutrients from the soil and increase your fruit growth. Additionally, it provides support for the plant along the vine, which will help withstand wind and the occasional meddling child or pet. You should, however, keep secondary roots from forming near the fruit. This will anchor the vine and cause it to be unable to move with the growth of the fruit.